The first segment we want to talk about today is understanding financial risk. Insurance is defined as that which protects our financial risk. So if we have a homeowner's insurance policy, a tree falls on our roof, how much does it cost to get the roof fixed? If I have a really nice car and I get into a car accident, do I have comprehensive or do I have liability? How much does it cost to get my car fixed or replace it? And how much does it cost to replace the other guy's car? So how does that relate to health insurance? Well, health insurance has a few different components that you really must understand. And a lot of people often get confused when you talk about copays and coinsurance and they go, wow, stop, please, just give me the insurance. So we want to make sure that you understand your risk, most importantly, first and foremost. So the first thing that you always must understand when purchasing health insurance or being offered health insurance is, what is my deductible? And so the deductible is that which you pay first before the insurance company pays its portion of the medical bills associated with an accident and illness. Typically, that is based on outpatient hospitalization or surgery or inpatient hospitalization in which you spend the night or several nights for that matter. The next component to consider is your coinsurance 100% coverage? Is it an 80-20 plan in which you're responsible for 20% up to the first $10,000? Or is your plan a 70-30 plan where you're responsible for the first 30% or $3,000 of that bill? So if you have 100% coverage, then there is no more risk associated with your plan after you've met your deductible. If you're on an 80-20 plan, you would be responsible for 20% of the first $10,000 in medical expenses, and then any inpatient or outpatient hospitalization would have been met. The same thing goes for the 70-30 plan. Okay, so let's break that down. If you're an individual and you had a $5,000 deductible, 100% coverage HSA plan, high deductible HSA plan, you might be looking at $5,000 in risk, period. That's it. No more expenses, no copays, no prescriptions for the rest of the year. If you're on a $2,500 deductible and you had an 80-20 plan as an individual, you would be looking at $4,500 in risk as it relates to inpatient or outpatient hospitalization. You would still be responsible for doctor's visits and prescriptions above your deductible and coinsurance. If you're on a 70-30 plan, your risk would be $5,500. Now, if we're a family and we have a family deductible of $10,000, your worst case scenario for your family is $10,000. If that deductible is met by one person because they had a football injury or a car accident, then everything would be covered for the whole family at 100% for the rest of that year in most cases. The next thing to consider is if we have a family plan and we had a $2,500 deductible on an 80-20 coinsurance, then the first person's responsibility, whether it's mom, dad, or any of the kids, would be $4,500. We then have another deductible in coinsurance and one more deductible. That is the case with most major medical plans on the individual market and perhaps most of the ones offered on the group market as well. So in that instance, if you have a family of 4 or a family of 6, the most risk you're going to have associated with that deductible and coinsurance would be $11,500. If we were on a 70-30 plan, then you would be looking at $13,500. So deductible plus coinsurance equals your risk exposure. That is the main thing to understand about the presentation that we've just shown you when understanding your risk as it relates to health insurance. We are going to get in more now and talk about doctor's visits, copays, specialist visits, and prescriptions. But fundamentally, it's important that you understand that in today's medical world, it does not take much for your medical expenses to go over $10,000. So having that understanding means that you know that if my deductible is $5,000, $4,500, or $5,500, that associated risk is where your cost is going to be measured. Risk versus cost. That is how you want to understand risk exposure. So stay tuned. We're going to dive into more now with the rest of the web series. Thanks so much.